Hi guys, and welcome to Froggy Day Crochet. My name is Erica. And I'm coming to you from beautiful South Carolina, where the temperature is currently 70 something degrees. I didn't look. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on July 6th, 2020. As of right now, it is very pretty outside. Not very hot, not very cold, but I know that's going to change because it's supposed to be very, very warm today. As usual, I'm in my she shed. I cannot control the noise in the background. That is the AC, so, you know, I've got to keep it temperature regulated in here. So I do apologize for the noise that it does make. I know it's really echoey sounding on the videos, and I'm sorry. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah, it's going to be one of those days. I can tell already. I just want to take a quick moment to thank all of my returning subscribers and all of my newbies that have just joined. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you enjoy this channel and that I give you a little bit of content that makes you want to come back. So, all right, I think that's all we need to do as far as our administrative things. Let's get started. Let me show you some of the things that I have gotten since the last video. Not a lot of things. Some things that I'm working on, that kind of thing. If you watch my video previous to this one, you've seen my life update and what's, you know, about to happen. So some of these acquisitions that I got or projects that I'm working on are in preparation for my recovery, so that I will have something big to work on and not really have to think too much, maybe. I don't know. One I might have to think about, and one I might, you know, that same one I might just, you know, wait a while, but we'll see. Okay. Again, my allergies are going crazy coming back from the mountains, so I'm sorry. First thing I want to show you is this beautiful yarn that my friend, my very best friend, Jessica, brought me. It is a gradient yarn. It's 50% acrylic, 50% cotton, and it's called Starry. It's 1,500 meters, and it's a 4-ply. Isn't that gorgeous? This is from Ria's Little Favorites. I'm going to put that right there so that you guys can see. Hopefully it's the correct way on the screen for you guys. It's www.littlefavorites.de, because she is in Germany. She also does have a Facebook group and a Facebook page where she sells these beautiful yarns. She has a different yarn of the month that she calls Cake of the Month that you can get. You can also get past colors, that kind of thing. I will say right now, with the way the world is, I don't think that she is able to ship to the United States currently, but she is still taking orders. And she is fantastic about keeping you updated and getting your orders to you as quickly as she can. So isn't that gorgeous? It's like a fingering weight. It is 4-plied. It is not wound. And it's 1,500 meters, like I said. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. Do you guys have any suggestions for me? Please, if you would, post some pattern links below. I would really, really, truly appreciate it. It's so gorgeous. It's, you know, it's one of those yarns where, you know, you want to find just the right project for it. So that's the first thing. Thank you, Jessica, so much for that. Well, I will stop with okay. What next? I got a whole bunch of Bernat yarn. I got the black. And just in case anybody's new to the channel or doesn't know about the Bernat blanket, this is a 10.5 ounce, 300 gram ball, 220 yards. It is considered a super bulky number 6. And it says a USL crochet hook. I honestly think that all depends on what you are doing with this yarn. Some projects I've done in the past, I've went up as far as an M hook. If you use the Bernat on the knitting loom, you have to wrap very loosely or it will break. The stitches get so tight, even with the E-wrap stitch, that it's hard to knit the next row. So you've got to do it really, really loosely. Well, not like really, really loosely, but more loose than you normally would. That is for the knitting loom. So I got the black. I got dark gray. I got antique white, which is like that one right there. I got some more of that. I got some crimson. They called this, they said this was crimson. I'm going to be honest with you, on the website, because I got it at Joann's order online pickup in the window. Not, well, they don't have a window, do they? Curbside pickup. It looked a lot darker red than it actually is in person. Kind of disappointed about that, but I know it's computers, so it's okay. And then this one is sand. I don't know if you guys follow Valerie with Old Soul Crochet, but she does amigurumi, but she uses the blanket yarn. And she has released a couple new patterns. She's got an octopus this month. She's got a sloth. She's got a whole bunch of different projects. So my intention with getting this yarn was that I wanted to get the dark brown, the almond color, because she's got a deer and, like I said, the sloth and a couple other ones that I wanted to do. But I could not find the almond anywhere. I don't know if it's being discontinued or, I mean, that particular color, or what. I have also noticed while I was on Yarnspirations looking for it, you know, now that they own Red Heart, Red Heart is coming out with a thick yarn like this. It didn't have the array of colors that the blanket yarn has. I really hope that they aren't deciding to discontinue this line and I'm not saying they are, so no, you know, don't come after me. I'm just saying I really hope that they are not deciding to discontinue this line. Because I really enjoy making the amigurumi with it. You guys can't see it, but up there somewhere, oh, can you guys see that little eyeballs? Let me look. See the little eyeballs right up here? No, you can't. Sorry, hand right in front of. See the little eyeballs right there? That is, sorry about my hand in front of the camera, guys. I'm normally using my Canon camera, but my son has it, so I'm on my phone again. Such is life, right? But anyway, the little antique white with the eyeballs right up there is a head of an amigurumi that I'm working on, that kind of got shelved for the moment because it's my own pattern. It's going to be a cow. You guys can't see the body, but the body's up over here. So yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, my intention was to get the brown because I wanted to make the sloth for somebody for Christmas, a very special young lady. And since they didn't have the brown or the almond, I just said browned. I told y'all it was going to be one of those days. Since they didn't have the almond and red is her favorite color, I decided I would do the sloth, the main part of his body in red with the little facial features in the sand color. I hope it turns out okay. You know, we'll try. In the meantime, I'm still on the hunt for some almond. I think I remember seeing some at Hirschner's, but you know, I'm just kind of waiting to, you know. Anyway, moving on. I will show you the next project I'm working on, and that way I don't have to show all the yarn, because I just bought more yarn to continue working on this project, and it's all the same color. I ordered like, I think 15 more skeins of it. So I am working on, and I've got a little bit of a knot here, so let me undo this really quick, because of the way you have to start this project. Okay, let me rephrase that. The way I chose to start this project, so that it would be easier to do later. Anyway, I am working on a planned pooling Afghan, and I'm gonna have this folded in half because it's gonna be the easiest way to show you guys. But I'm doing the planned pooling in Red Heart primary stripes. So let me hold it up, and this is what it's looking like. Like I said, this is just half of it, and then I'll turn it around and show you the other half. So I mean, it's going to be a really good sized Afghan. And I am doing it in the Red Heart primary stripes. I had like, I think 9 in my stash. And the Red Heart primary stripes has a 10 color change sequence. Normally it is too long of a sequence for planned pooling, meaning if you want to get all the color sequences, it is a rather large project. Half of the color sequence would be around baby size. Well, I didn't want a baby size Afghan, so I'm doing, you know, the whole 10 color sequence repeat. Basically, let me pull this back out. I'm able to get 7 4-stitch double crochet clusters out of each color, is what it breaks down to. Now I will tell you, I'm using the J hook, the I hook, and sometimes the H hook. If you are OCD, this is probably not the project for you. I'm OCD, and it's killing me. Because I want everything to be perfect. Everything's got to be, you know. And the fact that, you know, sometimes I can get all 7 clusters out of the black with the J hook, but the next time I've got to use the I hook and the H hook. But I think it's probably going to be worth it in the end because it is beautiful. I took a picture of it when it was a little bit smaller. If I can find it, I'll put it right here. If not, then it won't be there. So that's that. My intentions was to have that one project to work on during my recovery. I'm not sure it's going to continue that way because yeah, a lot of thinking. Okay. The next thing I've been working on is a Tunisian sweater. And I want to say, you know what, I didn't bring the pattern in here with me. But I want to say it was called Patches of Herbs. Like I said, it is a Tunisian sweater. I am using the I hook, the 5.5 millimeter Tunisian hook. This is a Knitter's Pride hook. I am using, for the yarn, I am using the yarn that I showed a couple videos back that Jessica and I dyed when she was here on vacation. So this is actually a fingering weight yarn. It is 75% wool, 25% nylon. When you work anything in Tunisian, if you are doing an Afghan, you go up 2 sizes, excuse me, 2 crochet hook sizes bigger than the ball band recommends. If you're doing clothing, it's recommended that you go up 4 sizes. So that's why I'm using the I hook, and this is what it's coming out to look like so far. We have the rib here at the bottom, which is the pearls and the knit stitch, and it's real. I guess it's really kind of hard to see the actual stitches because of the yarn and how bright it is. And then the top is just the knit stitch. And it's got this cute little stitch variation here in the middle with the knits and the pearls. So that's one thing I started working on. It's really pretty. I really love how the yarn is coming up. I fold it there in half so maybe you guys can see that stitch pattern a little better. There we go. Now that it's light's not shining through it. So that's another thing I've been working on. This will probably set out here in the shed until I'm recovered, just because of it requires a lot of thinking, and I don't want to you know, mess up and have to frog it. and it's in my little whip bag that I got from Charlotte Yarn when Jessica was in town. The next thing I'm working on, again, excuse me guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, I got these bags I didn't show you guys. These clear, like, stadium bags from Amazon. I love them because I can see exactly what is in them. So, I have been scouring the internet and Ravelry of different popular Afghans, if you will. And the majority of them are some sort of log cabin type Afghan. Log cabin quilts are absolutely gorgeous. They have made their way into knitting and into crochet. The ones that I have seen in crochet, I'm not a big fan of. And I have done one previously in knitting, so I decided that this one I was going to do with the knitting loom. And so this is actually one of the newer knitting looms from KB Looms. This is their multi-loom, where these pieces come apart and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So my idea behind this is that this first one here, this first block, is like 52, I cast it on 52, and then I'm going to do 48 garter ridges, which, what that means, a garter ridge means it's the knit row and the purl row. So one knit row and one purl row equals one garter ridge. So I have 48 of those. And you see how the design's going this way? Okay. So then when I get done and I cast off, my intentions are to pick this up from this top row here and pop them back on the loom and then make the stitches go the opposite way. I can make this particular loom grow to be 220 pegs. At that point, it may be to where I'm not able to change the direction of the stitches if I want to make it bigger. I'm still playing around with it. My intentions for this is to actually figure it out and write the pattern up and do maybe a technique coincide video. I'm thinking that with the detail and the time that it's going to take to write it up, that kind of thing, that it's probably going to be a paid for pattern. Not that much. You know, just, you know, to kind of help offset the channel, that kind of thing. What do you guys think? Would that be something that you would be willing to, that you guys would pay for? Or, I mean, honestly, I want you guys' opinion. I mean, please don't be rude about it. So yeah, I mean, I know there's not a lot of people that watch my channel that loom knit, but I am in a lot of loom knitting groups on Facebook, so I think that it would be something that would be enjoyed. Or maybe it'll be one of those things where you're like, wow, I didn't know you could do that with the loom, and then it could get other people into loom knitting. Loom knitting is so, you know, it's just like crochet, just like regular needle knitting. It is so relaxing. This particular loom is a 3/8 gauge, which basically means from the center of this peg to the center of this peg is 3/8 of an inch. And I want to say, if I am not mistaken, I don't have my other book in here with me, so let me see if it's in this book real quick before I say the wrong thing. Yes, that is what I thought. A 3/8 gauge a knitting loom is an equivalent to a 5 to an 8 knitting needle. So I know that's a big difference. It just all depends on what type of yarn you're using. Because on the 3/8 you can use the fingering weight and you'd have, you know, a little bit of a lacier type look. You can use the DK, you can use the Sport, and you can use the worsted weight, the number 4 worsted weight, which is what I'm using right here. My idea, like I said, behind that is to do the log cabin. I only have a few of the colors in this bag because this was the bag I took with me to the mountains. I'm using I Love This yarn in the color Cranberry. That's what's on the loom right now. I'm also going to be putting in Orange and this beautiful color Orange Burst. And then I've got some yellow and I've got some gold and a different color orange, I think, in the house. So the idea behind it is I wanted to make like a sunsetty looking Afghan. So that's the reason why I picked those colors. I'm thinking that this one is probably going to be the easiest to work on during my recovery. My plan is during quarantine to get to a big area, get a big area done to where while I'm, you know, stuck in bed, I won't have to think about changing colors and that kind of thing. So that's the plan with that. I'm really excited and hope it turns out the way I envision it. You know, sometimes you envision one thing and then it goes a completely different way. So yeah. And Crystal, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get to the sock video before I have surgery with everything that's going on. So I do promise that I will get that out as soon as possible. It may be after my recovery, though, and I'm sorry for that. But other than that, I think that's about all I've got. And my intentions is to do at least one more video before I go out, you know, for a while and show you guys an update of what I've been working on. I may not have much because when we were in the mountains visiting family, my aunt and uncle showed me all these puzzles that they had done. And so my son and I ran up to Walmart while we were there and we got like 6 1,000 piece puzzles. We actually started working one of them last night. So I may end up being, you know, it may end up doing more puzzles than yarn work, but either way, it's something, you know, to keep me busy and keep my mind off of what's coming up. So I don't know if a lot of you know, but I am a certified surgical technician, a CST. So I know firsthand what is about ready to happen, because I've been on the other side of it. I'd say sometimes that can be a good thing, and sometimes that can be a bad thing. In this situation, I'm going to say that it's a bad thing. Because I know exactly what's getting ready to happen, where they're going to be cutting, how they're going to be cutting, what they're going to be doing, what instruments, and I know it all. So that part in itself freaks me out more than anything. So if you are a prayer, please pray for comfort for the doctors during the surgery, during the nurses during the recovery, the CSTs, everybody in the medical field that will be participating in my surgery. And please pray for recovery, and please pray that my husband and children get along while I'm recovering, and that everything goes smoothly. So anyway, I guess that's about all for now, and I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll talk to you later, guys. Love you. Bye-bye, and stay froggy.